Hello everyone, I am Benjamin Contreras, and welcome to part 29 of my Castlevania Symphony of the Night Let's Play. When we last left off, we got a little bit of backstory on Alucard and his mother. We fought the succubus boss fight, and now we're trying to get to the central clock area in the castle so we can find some more plot. Because there is a plot to this game. I know I basically haven't at all explored it at all during this game. But yeah, we're going to be following more of the story. I'll just deal with these guys quickly. There we go. There we go. We just avoid the giant sword guy. Kill this guy. Kill this guy. Kill this guy. And then let's kill this guy. And here we go. And now this event occurs. And I should probably set up my timer now. So now this area opens. And we get to explore this area. I'm sorry if I accidentally shook the tripod for a second. There's a save room here. We'll do that. Stuff is just falling everywhere today. Now there's an elevator we could go up to, but I'm not going to yet. Because we can do this. I actually really like the life max up and heart max up sound effect that happens. And it looks like Alucard's actually not freaked out by this elevator because of how slow it's going. We'll go over here. Now we could go there now, but I'm not going to yet because there's another side that I didn't explore yet. And this is actually where we're gonna reveal more of the plot.
Alucard?
That voice, Maria?
I'm sorry. You were right. He has joined forces with the enemy.
So it was a Belmont after all.
But someone must be controlling him. Whatever we do, we can't harm Richter.
But he must be stopped.
I know. Well, here. Take these with you.
What are these?
If you wear these, you can see beyond evil illusions.
Thank you. 'Tis best that if you pray for the soul of your friend.
Let's just go now. Now, as you can see, Maria actually gave us an item, which is actually mandatory if we even want to unlock the second half of the game to begin with, and it's these. And there's basically only one area that we can really go to to actually make this useful. And one thing that I'm actually kind of sort of bummed out is that there are actually two versions of this game. There's the PS1 version, which is also the version that's on Xbox Live and the version that I'm playing right now, just with a few updated visuals. And then there is the Sega Saturn version. That version actually contains a couple different areas to what the PlayStation had, but ironically, that one was actually considered a inferior version because Basically, the game didn't look as good. It was a Japanese only release, so no one really saw it outside of Japan. And also, there was a lot more slowdown, the loading times were a lot worse, and we actually got a new item. But yeah, it was just an overall not as great version. But that actually contained two new different areas. There was a small area, I think it was like some sort of graveyard, and then there was an underground garden, which was actually a place that I'm really upset that they left out, because the boss fight there had an extremely awesome remix of Bloody Tears, the theme that you hear in Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest if you played that. And it was more or less a rock and roll remix, and I absolutely love that song, so I'm kind of peeved that they didn't have that. But another thing that they excluded from the PS1 version that was in the Saturn version was the fact that, one, at the start of the game, before you even start playing, you actually have the option right off the bat to either play as Alucard, Richter, and also Maria. But for those of you who are curious about how she would play, I've read that she doesn't play at all like the version that she is in Rondo of Blood. She has like completely different types of like a moveset that's completely different from her original counterpart. Whereas in this version, you have to complete the game and put in a code to just play as Richter. Maria is not playable at all. But there was also the PSP port of the game that came with the, I think it was called the Dracula X Chronicles, which was a remake of Castlevania Rondo of Blood, which contained the original Rondo of Blood from the TurboGrafx, which I'm pretty sure no one that's watching this video right now has ever heard of. At least I don't think. Don't try and take that the wrong way. It also contained Symphony of the Night, but was completely voice acted, more or less, if that's really an actual word to really say. Basically, they were all new actors, and while that's fine and all, I actually do really like the extremely cheesy and more or less very not so good voice acting in this game. It just makes it seem charming. Like, it has like a bit of Resident Evil 1 syndrome, where the voice acting is so like bad and over the top that it can sometimes be enjoyable. But yeah, the PSP version also allowed you to play as Maria, and she was actually more faithful to her Rondo of Blood counterpart, in which her moveset is actually similar to her from that game. But she was considered the hard mode because she didn't have that much in terms of defense. So yeah, there's a lot of different things that I think the Xbox version and the other ports of the game on more recent consoles like the 360, I'm not sure if it's on the PS3, but I would be completely surprised if it wasn't. And I'm pretty much just walking anywhere, aren't I? Well, there's a teleport area close by, so I can just go there. So yeah, they could have just added a lot more. They could have added the different areas that wasn't in the original PlayStation version, but was in the Saturn version. They could have added, you know, the prison area and the underground garden. And, you know, they could have allowed you to play as Maria. And, I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but there is a boss fight that you had to have before you got the holy glasses from Maria in that one place. And they just cut out a whole lot of it. So, while this version of the game isn't entirely perfect, it's still pretty much the only way I could really ever play this game. And I'm still glad that I played it. I still love this game. It's still a very good port. But there could have been a whole lot more that would have made it even better. But who knows, maybe eventually if it gets ported to Xbox One and PS4, maybe they'll add something new, as long as they keep the extremely cheesy voice acting. Because without that, it's more or less not Symphony of the Night at all. But yeah, I actually rambled a whole lot. Okay, we still have like 7 minutes left. Yeah, that's probably the most I've ever rambled on one topic. On like a video. I'm actually kind of impressed. Now, where was I going again? I was going this way and I was looking for the teleporter. Because we have to go onto the very, very top of the map there. Because there is actually a lot that is completely unseen in that area. By the way, do I even have the holy glasses on? Yes, I do. Nope, well, I might as well save. Let's go over here. And there is an extremely loud motorcycle rolling around the neighborhood. And am I there yet? Nope, I'm at the opposite of where I want to go. And we have a scorpion stinger. Nope, not there. We have a lion head. Yep, this is where I want to go. Now, I need to go on the top this way. Wow, I don't think I've really stuck this much with the demon familiar than I've had, actually. I've actually had this guy for a while. Usually I would have the, fairy familiar, or the, other familiar that I'm gonna get later on. Which I won't spoil who that is. But we might have the demon familiar for a little while longer. And let's see if I can actually outrun these guys. No, I can't. And you're just not gonna help. Okay, you are gonna help me? Okay. Let's see if the bat familiar would do anything. Let's try this. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Do I have him on? Yeah, I do have him on, so where's he? There you are. There we go. So yeah, if I'm in the bat form, the bat familiar actually follows you around. And I think I'm gonna have my demon friend back. Where is he? Where is he? There he is. Now, do I still know what I'm doing? Yes, I do. We go up here. Pretty sure this is all as far as I can go. The bat screeches can get kind of annoying after a while. I think there's something we can get here. And that power-up is actually very helpful because this lets our mist form be pretty much infinite until we run out of magic meter. So yeah, that's good. Now, have I cleared... That mist is extremely stretched out.